Hello and welcome to another rant and rave. My parents run a little late, so I still have a little one, and I'm going to try and do it with him here. Let's see, do I want to tag this video? Tag it for what? No, not really. So go. No, I'm not going to tag it. How do you get out of this? Okay, anyway. Yes, the rant for today. Will you move, little boy? Okay. The topic for today is the space up there. Thank you. And as soon as I get this off of here, what is this? Oh, yeah, much better. Ooh, my hair look kind of wicked. Anyway, it's... Can you let me talk now? Have a seat and play with your toys right now. Okay.
Oh, my toys?
Yes, your toys. Are you going to let me do this? Well, you're going to have to wait. Shh. You want a special treat? I have to bribe you? Well, you got to catch a bubble. Okay, now, like I said, the topic for today, and I'm a little late, is the space up there. And I'm talking about, when I say the space up there, some of the stuff I didn't realize. One is that space above your home is considered airspace. Excuse me, I'm just messing in my face, getting some of the shine off of it. Huh?
Look about your nose.
You want to wipe your nose? Really? Hi, dog it. If you let me finish this, because your nose is not running, do you? Okay, this information can be found on nerdwallet.com, their blog. So... I'm sorry, I can't really get into it. But anyway, it's the space above your house is supposed to be limited to the property owners. But apparently, if you try and go up above the 2-story level and go up any higher, then you don't own that airspace, or so to speak. It limits the property owner to the so-called private airspace, between 80 and 500 feet above ground. This one is going to be very off right now, so I'm just going to wing it while my little one over there tears up whatever he's tearing up, but I can still see him. Okay, let's see. The reason this so-called airspace thing came about, they had a gentleman that had a drone it was flying over considered private property, and the gentleman that was flying the plane ended up getting arrested because it was considered private property or private airspace, because he was taking photos of the aerial view of the cattle and all that. So it was sent in. The guy that was doing this was called George Steinmetz. I'm butchering his name, but it can be found on the information that I'd given with the nerdwallet.com. Anyway, this gentleman, he's a photographer for the National Geographic, but he was, I guess, taking photos around the June the 28th day in 2013, and he was arrested for having his drone fly over this particular man's property. So I'm saying this to say that you buy a home, if you don't reserve your rights to the minerals, which are the anything under the ground, oil, whatever, if you don't buy the mineral rights, someone can actually, confiscate those rights. And this really proved it by having the guy getting arrested for flying up in the air flying his drone. So people with these drones flying them around, there's a way that you can actually get fined for actually letting them fly, wherever they may. So let's see. You'd have to look it up. But in 1946, the Supreme Court acknowledged this so-called law for the airspace that was considered the public highway, which is above your home. All the airspace up there. You can't own it. But in big cities, there is you pay more for the space up there. So if you're in a high rise and you buy a big flat or top of a building, you buy the whole top floor, you could pay anywhere from $500 or $600 a square foot, just to, I guess, live up there in the air. So, I mean, it's not a real, I don't know, hard topic. It's just I wanted some people to be aware of that everything has a price, and regardless to whether anybody owns it, in their right, they do own it. The ground, the air. If they keep going the way they're going, you're going to walk out your house and you're going to have a meter on you that measures the air per cubic feet, and you have to pay for how much air you breathe, because they already can it now for the people that can't breathe regular air, so they paying for it already. But anyway, it's funny just to think of it. But anyway, and it said by the Supreme Court offering, saying that the space is considered like airspace for flying or whatever, different devices. So you have 83 feet above ground is the low station, they call it. I'm not an expert at this, but if you look it up, you could see that it's actually true about, what I'm talking about. And I'm having to read off my paper because, like I say, I have a little one still here. My hair is really jacked up. But anyway, you can navigate. They're allowing 500 feet. The navigable airspace is where I guess maybe you won't get fined or ticketed for flying it, because I don't know. I'm just ranting and raving on something, but I just happened to pass by this article on the Nerds channel or whatever that was. And let's see. Well, they said they're going to start by the year 2020. The drones are going to be able to of course, have, I guess, just like cars, the right of way for 30,000 feet. They got to get licensed. I mean, over 30,000 of them will be licensed. I mean, not to say 30,000 feet, of course. I'm sure drones won't even get that high up. They might as well be in outer space. But anyway, and it's going to become, some slate law. So I may sound like I'm rambling, but this is some weird stuff. So, I mean, it's like something you really wouldn't even ran on. Just one moment. Excuse me. Don't open my door. Thank you. Anyhow, where are you going? Come right here. Let's see. I think that's about it. Because I was just renting on the air up there. So, your property don't go all the way up, high up in the sky. So, I mean, I was used to wonder that, because if you put up a billboard sign or anything that would go a little above, your house or whatever, that's why they have the zoning regulations and laws, so that you won't be able to build any farther than maybe a 2-story home, which, of course, it has to be zoned in order to do that. Because if you're in a single family dwelling area and it doesn't say that you can do a 2-story home in that area, then you can't build a 2-story home. And if you attempt to do it without your licensing and all the paperwork, red tape you have to go through, you will be fined and even arrested. So I'm just ranting on trivial issues. So if you need to look this up, like I say, you can go to you can go to www.nerdswallet.com blog, and it'll probably explain it better than I do, but I just thought it was kind of funny that someone can actually own the air. They have people that own trees. It's just stuff that really is stupid to me. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I don't think you should be able to own actually land. The land should be community property. Everybody should be able to go on it. I mean, like the streets, a person will pay a lot of money if you, like my property that I have up in Columbia, Louisiana. That property has a major highway getting ready to go through it. Well, they have to pay for the right of way to go across the property. So they're making it hard for me or whatever to do, what you call it, where you have to get everything in your name, a succession. Yeah, because my grandfather and them willed it or what have you. But since the succession wasn't done, I don't really have a leg to fight because I have to go against all the other people. So property is just, if I look dumb, that's what that issue is for me, because I don't understand it. You know, if a property was supposed to be, you were inherited it, or it's down the line and you can prove that everybody else is deceased, you shouldn't have to fight with the system, that I call it, to acquire something that was supposed to have been left to you by your deceased family members. So, well, with that said, I'm not going to rant much longer on that one, but I just thought I'd talk about it. So if you're looking on buying property, make sure you check into the mineral rights, which are the rights below the ground, and check on the rights above it too, to see if you can, I don't know, fly kites or whatever. You know not to do that in the area where they have power lines, but I'm just saying, they have all kind of laws popping up, and don't look like it's going to get any better, because if you don't have a book or some type of act to show you all the laws, you're going to constantly break them, and they're going to constantly make them for you to break them so they can find you. But enough being said, and thank you for viewing. And I'll talk to you again on the 2 T's. That is Tuesday and Thursday at 7. Will you quit punching me? Oh my gosh. I'll talk to y'all later. Buddy. Yeah, you saw you?
I didn't talk about Pete to me.
Why, I'm talking about you? That's Mommy. Okay, and he's getting ready to leave. All right, bye-bye. Oh, here you go. All right, and yeah. And a lot to say for that. And I'll have to bid you all good day. Until next time, try and stay out of trouble where it'll find you.